In a striking revelation that offers a fascinating glimpse into the inner workings of a high-stakes film set, acclaimed director Darren Aronofsky has openly admitted to a manipulative, albeit ultimately unsuccessful, tactic he employed during production of his psychological thriller, Black Swan. Speaking in a recent interview, Aronofsky confirmed he deliberately tried to manufacture a real-life rivalry between his two lead actresses, Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis. His method was to share misleading and subtly inflammatory comments about one actress with the other, hoping to create an authentic sense of competition and tension that would translate into more compelling performances on screen. This gambit, he explained, was a calculated directorial maneuver designed to add emotional heat to the already fraught ballet company dynamics depicted in the film. However, in an endearing and surprising turn of events, Aronofsky's attempts failed to produce the desired animus. Instead of driving a wedge between the two friends, the actresses reportedly saw right through the directorial trickery and turned the entire episode into a joke. For all the film's intensity and the psychological demands of the roles, sources close to production and the actors themselves remember the Black Swan set not for its hostility, but for its exacting nature and, ultimately, for the strong collaboration that defined it. The very public success of Natalie Portman's Academy Award-winning performance and the film's critical reception, it turns out, emerged from a tight and trusting professional relationship as much as it did from the on-screen tension. Speaking candidly about his failed attempt to sow discord, Aronofsky recalled the experience with a sense of humor and respect for his actresses. "My take is that I was trying to be a sneaky director and make them argue," he said. He fully acknowledged the cleverness of both Portman and Kunis, who were far too sharp to fall for his scheme. "Mila and Natalie both realized very quickly what I was doing and made fun of me. So it quickly became a joke that we all understood. They're both very clever and were instantly privy to whatever trick I was playing." His words paint a picture of an intense set where the director's psychological experiments were met not with animosity, but with a shared, knowing sense of humor between the two actresses. Natalie Portman, reflecting on the challenging shoot, confirmed the director's strategic separation of the two stars. "I remember being separated from Mila and that we weren't in the same space a lot when we weren't shooting," she said. But when Aronofsky would make a calculated comment, Portman's response was far from one of jealousy or insecurity. She recalled a moment when he tried to bait her by suggesting Kunis's dancing was exceptionally good. Portman's reaction was one of pure admiration. "She's so fucking talented, and I love her so much, and I'm happy she's doing a great job." Her comment not only demonstrated the depth of her real-life friendship with Kunis, but also a level of professional maturity that made the director's mind games completely ineffective. Mila Kunis had a similar experience that further illustrates how they unraveled the director's plan. Kunis revealed that Aronofsky would tell her misleading tidbits about Portman's intense work ethic. "Darren would tell me, Nat is working really hard. She's not even taking Saturdays and Sundays off." The director's goal was clearly to make Kunis feel pressured and perhaps even resentful of her co-star's perceived relentless dedication. Kunis's reaction, however, was to simply text a friend, who confirmed that Aronofsky's statement was patently false. Then I would text Nat and she'd be like, "No, I'm not." Kunis's friendly and straightforward communication with Portman was the key to their defense, and it was through these casual exchanges that they figured out what their director was up to. She concluded by saying that despite the strange maneuver, it was all in good fun, a sentiment that suggests the bond between the two actresses was unbreakable. The revelation of Aronofsky's method, while surprising to some, fits within the broader context of his reputation for creating intense and demanding on-set environments. Known for his unflinching exploration of human obsession and psychological torment in films like Requiem for a Dream and A Wrestler, it seems Aronofsky was simply attempting to bring that same raw emotionality to production itself. His desire for authentic performances led him to an unconventional and risky directorial tactic. However, the story of how Portman and Kunis sidestepped his efforts and turned it into a testament to their collaboration and friendship is a powerful reminder that while a director can create a world of tension, the relationships between the cast can be a far more powerful and positive force. It is a credit to the two actresses that they chose collaboration over competition, proving that a brilliant performance can be born from trust and respect not manufactured rivalry. The director's admission, rather than being a scandalous confession, has instead become a crucial piece of the puzzle in understanding Aronofsky's singular and often controversial filmmaking style. He is widely considered an auteur, a director whose films are deeply personal and visually distinct, but also one who is known for his relentless pursuit of authenticity at all costs. From the grueling physical transformations of actors in The Wrestler and Requiem for a Dream to the claustrophobic and nightmarish visuals of Mother, Aronofsky's work consistently pushes both his performers and his audience to their psychological limits. In this context, his attempt to stoke a rivalry between Portman and Kunis wasn't just a random act. It was a logical, albeit extreme, extension of a directorial philosophy that seeks to immerse actors so completely in their characters that the lines between fiction and reality begin to blur. In a remarkable meta-narrative, Aronofsky was attempting to replicate the very theme of the film within production itself. Black Swan is, at its heart, a story of an obsessive and self-destructive competition between two dancers for the lead role in a ballet. Nina, played by Portman, is a fragile perfectionist who becomes consumed by a psychological rivalry with Lily, played by Kunis, a free-spirited and seductive dancer. By trying to create a genuine sense of animosity, Aronofsky was, in his own mind, a real-life version of the demanding and manipulative ballet director Thomas Leroy, played by Vincent Cassel in the film. He was using psychological manipulation as a tool to unlock what he believed was a more authentic on-screen rivalry, a fascinating and ethically gray area that speaks to the depths of his commitment to his artistic vision. However, the director's ambition was ultimately no match for the deep-seated friendship and professionalism of his leading ladies. Their bond, which originated years earlier on the set of that 70s show, proved to be an unbreakable shield against his mind games. Their shared history and mutual trust meant that they had an open line of communication that Aronofsky's attempts to divide them could not penetrate. This is a testament to their maturity and their collaborative spirit. Instead of allowing the director's tactics to foster a toxic environment, they chose to lean on their real-life relationship to navigate the intense and demanding production. Their ability to turn his attempts at manipulation into a private joke speaks volumes about their strength and is a powerful counterpoint to the idea that a high-strung set is necessary for a brilliant performance. This anecdote has also reignited an ongoing debate in Hollywood about the ethics of directorial methods. While some in the industry believe that an artist should have complete creative freedom to achieve their vision, others argue that a director has a fundamental responsibility to ensure the psychological safety and well-being of their cast and crew. Aronofsky's admitted attempt to create a hostile work environment, even if in jest, falls into this gray area. It raises important questions about how far a director can and should go in the name of art, and whether the pursuit of a great performance can justify manipulative tactics. While his intentions may have been artistic, the story serves as a case study for a conversation that is becoming more and more prominent in an industry that is actively reevaluating its professional standards. Despite his failed attempt to manufacture a feud, one could argue that Aronofsky's tactics had an unintended, positive effect. By making Portman and Kunis aware of his trickery, he inadvertently forced them to be more present and collaborative. Their shared experience of being subjected to his mind games likely deepened their on-set bond, allowing them to approach their characters' complex relationship with a subtle, shared understanding. The on-screen rivalry is so compelling precisely because it is intertwined with a palpable, underlying sense of admiration and even intimacy. That nuance may have been born not from a real-life animosity, but from the actress's conscious decision to push back against the director's tactics and prove that their friendship was stronger than any game he could play. Ultimately, the legacy of the Black Swan production will now be forever linked to this fascinating tale of directorial ambition and artistic resistance. It is more than just a behind-the-scenes tidbit. It is a powerful story about the nature of creative collaboration. The film is a monument to the relentless pursuit of perfection, and the story of Portman and Kunis' unbreakable bond in the face of psychological pressure is a powerful reminder that an actor's most valuable tool is not just their talent, but their relationships. The anecdote is a testament to the idea that true cinematic greatness can be born from a foundation of trust and respect, even in a world that often prizes manufactured rivalry. It is a story that reveals the human element at the heart of the filmmaking process, one that is as compelling and complex as the film itself.